Hi, Vanner family. Today is Mental Health Monday.
Watch the video from start to finish and consider a partnership with me on Patreon or here on YouTube.
Just by way of reminder, if you're looking for a reliable internet service, this video is being uploaded with Nomad Internet. Use my code down in the description box with the link, CrystalVanner25, to get a discount. So I want to start this video with the preface that I always do. I am not a medical professional. I am not a mental health professional. This is for peer support only. And I also want to remind you, if you are struggling with suicidal thoughts, please seek help from the nearest hospital or medical professional. Okay, this month's Mental Health Monday is going to be about getting older and maybe having physical limitations as you get older, maybe having medical limitations as you get older, and kind of what that looks like. Do I have a plan for it, etc. So, yeah, just, I am a solo female van dwelling nomad with all those titles you want to put on me. But I have to think about what happens when it comes to health or a major crisis. Say I needed some sort of, outpatient procedure done or an operation or something like that. Or if I get really, really sick and need to go to the hospital for a few days or anything like that, you should be mindful about those types of things. Especially if you already are coming into this lifestyle, knowing that you are kind of sickly, if you will. I really didn't think about that too terribly much when I started this lifestyle, but I also haven't been that sick. Now, I've been around other people who have been that sick, but I haven't been the one that was that sick. I did have that bout with the cut on my head that turned into an infection which produced an extreme infection called MRSA. But I think I really only had 1, maybe 2 days where I laid in the bed with it. And the person who's traveling with me, Miss V, she, checked on me, but it wasn't to the point where I needed like overnight attention. I didn't need someone watching over me, that kind of thing. I could still kind of take care of myself. But it makes you wonder, as we get older, as we age, if I were to do something to be in a more precarious medical situation, how would that work? As I just stated, Miss V travels with me, and that's only been recent though. So, but I feel like I've made enough friends along the way that if I needed to camp out in someone's driveway to heal or someone's backyard to heal, that I think I could do that. I know a lot of people don't necessarily have that in place already or don't think about it when they start this journey. So I would definitely tell you to be mindful and to figure out a plan, even if it's just a preliminary plan of what will I do if even say you get, wisdom teeth pulled and, you can be down for a week with that. I know I was. So where will you do that? Where will you convalesce? Where will you recover? Where will you recuperate? And I think that's been on a lot of people's minds right now during this pandemic, because it's like, okay, if I get sick, where will I go? What will I be able to do? Where will I be able to go? I think I could convalesce in my van, but it would depend on where I'm located. Like I can take care of myself in my van. I have everything I need here. But then where does the van go? Where do I park the van for that long stretch of time if need be? So definitely think about that. If you have people who live in sticks and bricks in your life now before you hit the road or hit this journey, I would do some quick conversations with them about, hey, if something happens and I need a place to recuperate from a really bad sickness, is your place somewhere, do you have the room for me to like camp out on your couch for a few days or an extra bedroom, or can I park my van in your driveway or in your backyard or, what have you? Because like a hotel, that would be expensive. You know, average price of a hotel is like 65 a night. Who has that kind of money if you've got to be laid up for 3 to 7 days, like, or more? You know, who's got that kind of money? I guess that's as a last resort you could do that, or just, you know, the even cheapy no-tail motel, I guess. But that could make you more sick, honestly, going to some of those places. So you have to definitely be thinking about that. While I am solo and while I am alone in my rig, I'm not lonely, because I'm very social, digitally social, and right now, but I'm also very personal social. Now, I've talked about being an ambivert before, and I don't want to touch too much on that right now, but I basically, in social settings, am very open and loud and, you know, happy and jovial and social, but it takes a lot out of me, and therefore I recharge within myself with alone time for a day or two after a big social event. And or I don't talk much the next couple of days after a big social event or something like that. So I'm not an introvert and I'm not an extrovert. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. Look it up if you want more info on that. But figure out what you're going to do if you're going to be traveling alone. I've known even male travelers who have gotten really sick and had to go to the hospital. I have known people with a disability who hit the road and end up having to go back to sticks and bricks because they weren't able to do this long term like they thought they would, because it just took that one situation where they couldn't do it, or they didn't make their vehicle comfortable enough to convalesce in, and so they gave up. So definitely be mindful of what you would do if something like that were to happen, because that can ultimately mentally be a challenge for you in the moment of being sick. That will mentally be taxing you. What do I do now because I'm sick now? So have somewhat of a preliminary plan before you get sick. That's the key, before you get sick. I have exchanged important information with Miss V. She has exchanged important information with me. We have family's information in case something really, really happens and we've got to reach out to family. Same thing with Miss K. I've given her that information for me as well. They are both my emergency contacts while out on the road. And I know they can get in touch with anyone that I deem important in my life to let them know what's going on with me. So even something as simple as just sharing contact information with a few people in your tribe, 1 or 2 people of your tribe. I also did the key, a key switch with Ms. V. She has my a copy of the key to my van in case something happens to me in here and she does not hear from me and I'm not able to acknowledge her through text message or phone call or anything. She has a key to come into my van. I'm telling you, you gotta think about little things like that before they happen. You really, really, really need to. So while I don't want this to go on and on and on forever, just be mindful before you head out on the road as a solo van dweller or RVer that you have contacted people. Someone always knows where you are if you're completely by yourself. Reach out to someone close to you and, hey, here are my coordinates. This is where I'm going to be from this date to this date. Don't think because you're not ill or you're very healthy right now that you shouldn't be telling anyone where you are, because it only takes one minor accident to make that not the case. So just let someone know where you are all the time. I had someone like that before Ms. V came into my life. I had someone like that I would tell exactly where I was and how many days I planned on being there. And even though they were in sticks and bricks, at least they knew if they didn't hear from me, this was my last known coordinates or area. So at least I had that much going for me. It's kind of nice now having someone kind of with you to know what's going on, because every day you get that check-in kind of on each other. But we're still separate enough that we can do our own thing. I can go off into a campground or wherever for a couple of days, let her know where I'm going. And, everything is copacetic. Is that how you say the word? Copacetic? Anyway. So, just be mindful, as I keep repeating, of this. And again, if you're struggling with severe or mental health issues, if you're struggling with suicidal thoughts, please reach out to a medical professional. I am not a medical professional. I am here for peer support. So let's go down in the comments. Tell me if you have a plan in place, if you are already a nomad, if you're pursuing nomad lifestyle, what your plan is in place for if you get sick or need help other than 911. What is your plan that you have in place? You don't have to give us details. Obviously, we don't need to know people's names and everything, but just, have you considered having that plan in place? And if you haven't, I hope this video has helped you to realize that you very well may need one. Well, talk to you guys later. Mwah!
This video was sponsored by Nomad Internet. Get a discount by using CrystalVanner 25, and a special thank you to all my channel partners.